Hi guys! I figured it was time to do an update on my Malden, so I decided to make a new video. I've had it for a few months now, so I can do some updating, let you know what I've been up to. I'll show you what it looks like now. Well, on the outside it's fairly the same, it's just a bit, maybe even bulkier than it already was. I've added some charms. This is really cool dice. I'm a bit of a board game geek, so I really like having this, and the color matches really nicely with my planner. I have this fearless charm. It's crystal. I don't know. It's nice. It's a nice small bunch of charms. I always have a hard time deciding which charms I want to put on because I like so many things. But so for a while I had more charms on here, but they became caught in stuff I had in my backpack, so it was a bit tricky. So for now I'm keeping three. Three is the maximum. Okay, well, without further ado, let's go. The inside. This side is still pretty much the same, so I'm not really going to go through that. I've just added some extra page flags, because these ones you probably have already seen in my previous video, if you have seen my previous video. I've added these. I use these the most, actually. And I have these. Because I find it tricky to label my dividers right away. So what I usually do is I print them and laminate them on and cut them down and hole punch them without any tags on them, so no labels. And then later on I use these sticky things just to give them the labels. I'll show you how I did that. Also because I change dividers around quite frequently. And then I don't have to create a new set because I can just change the label. So what do we have here? This is a little piece of, how do you call this? Plastic, basically, I guess. I think I got it from one of the Project Life series that I bought per accident. I was thinking they were smaller and I couldn't return them, so I took out some of these things that are in the Project Life card holders, and I use them in here. So I don't know. Still nice, still very nice. My problem, by the way, with my Malden is that it doesn't lay open very well yet. As you can see, it's really arched here on the left side, which means that anything you put on this side, the moment you open the rings, all gonna fall out. So basically I only use the right side of the rings, if you understand. So when I load my Malden, I put everything on this side, because then I can open and close it, because otherwise it's just gonna fall out. It's a disaster. So I don't like adding new things, because I really hate opening the rings, because basically everything explodes out of it. So it's not so nice, but I learned to live with it. Okay, so instead of doing dashboards, like I used to have dashboards, printed them, laminated them, hole punched them, put them in, which are really nice. But I really like this idea. This is basically just a top loading envelope from Filofax, as you can see. And I put in some cardstock paper and well, in this case it's a picture of our wedding, and a bit of embellishment that I don't know from which series this is, but I really like it. It says living in the moment. So I don't know, that makes me very happy. And I have the idea that I can change it easily. So if I don't like this picture here, I can just take it out and I would not have ruined this bit of paper. So I don't know. I'm very, how do you say? I like to change the things quite often, so this gives me some easy possibility to just swap this around. Alright, so in the back of this, see, this is my problem. There is another picture of our wedding. We got married last week, so I have some wedding pictures now in here, which is very nice. And I created this little folder thing, because I have to go on a conference next week to Finland. And then I have to keep all the receipts of all the food and stuff that I buy, so I can get it back later from work. So I needed somewhere to keep the receipts. So what I did is I made this easy folder, as you can see. I can show you, wait. I'll just put this in here, see? So I was thinking, like, I have to buy a couple of train tickets, and I have to go out for dinner, and then I have to keep the receipts to get my money back. So I thought, if you put it in here, then you can close it, like that. So it's nice and secure. See? I don't know, I liked it. I still have this page, which I don't use. I still only use it so that it's purple on that side of the top loading envelope, but I don't know. So, okay, wait 1 second. There we go. This has some personal details. So I still have this one. I used this one as a dashboard previously. This has pictures of our trip, or basically our honeymoon to Norway. Yeah, I still really like the little pictures in here to make me very happy. Here's some more. Picture of my husband, and there's some Project Life card. I have a lot of random Project Life cards. I never really buy a series. I usually end up trading or, you know, having some messy collection of them, but I like it. This is my ruler that I use quite often. It's a clear ruler, and I added a little bunny that I got from my friend over at the rabbit hole planner group. Come on, you have to see. I can't really get it to focus very well. Anyway, it's a really cute bunny. And I put it on here so I can easily go to my ruler, because I use it actually really a lot to measure anything. So then if you have it close, you can, on top, you can see the bunny. And it's from the rabbit hole group, so you know, rabbits. I love rabbits. Here's another rabbit. See? Rabbits everywhere. So this is, I printed this from Etsy. I bought these dividers on Etsy, and then you print them yourself. And I laminated them myself, but they were only one side. So one side was only printed, but I just double printed it. So it's the same picture on the front and the back. And then I added a little tag on the side that says agenda, which is calendar in Dutch. So this is basically my calendar. This was my previous dashboard. I still really love it, so I keep it in here. This is so I have a second top loading envelope, so now I have two. Here's some Fox. Here is some washi tape. I call this my in case of emergency washi tape. So I can just, if I need some, I can take it from here. I'm obsessed with foxes, so when my friend Holly from the planner group gave me this card, it made me super happy. So I'm keeping this in here, and it really, see, there's fox here, there's a fox here, so yeah, it makes me very happy. September is a no spend month. At least I'm trying, because I had my wedding in August, so you know, I was kind of poor after August, so now I'm gonna try to keep my expenses to a minimum, especially with planner related stuff, because a lot of the things you don't really need, but you still really want them, so that will have to wait until October. Okay, so this is my calendar bit. This is for September. I use DIY fish inserts, like a lot of you. I love them. I print them on extra thick paper. I think this is 120 milligrams paper, so I can write on it with my fountain pen or with all kinds of other pens, and it doesn't show on the other side, so I really like that. This is next week, so I have here is a packing list. I still need to start writing that, because I'm going, like I said, I'm going to Finland for a business trip. I need to write down some stuff that I need to bring, so I'm going on Tuesday. And this was really cute. I saw this on I think it's a girl from Belgium who did this on YouTube. I'm gonna try to find the link to her YouTube channel. And she made this really cute small folder, and I needed somewhere to put this. This is a transport card for Finland, because I used to live in Finland, so I have this card. And because I'm going again, it's really handy that I can use it again. So I made this, yeah, this cute folder. That's why it's here. All right. Now, well, more stuff, more decorating, but you get it, because this is yeah, you can just look on the DIY fish Etsy and you can see the things you like. In my previous video I used a day on one page, and that made the planner really bulky, and I think I got it down to this week on 2 pages with the to-do list on the top. And how I managed to do that, this is something I really like, this line. I drew a line here, if you can see. So that means on the left, this is work, and this is at home, because sometimes I also have stuff I need to take care of at home. And I really hate it when they get all mixed up in here. It really makes me confused. So I did that in my previous inserts, and I'm doing it again here. I'm drawing a little line. I need more space for work than I do for home appointments or things I need to do at home. But this works perfectly for me, so I don't know, just line when we're done. And I do that with the to-do list the same way. I put a little line here, so this is my work to do, and this is my at-home to do. See, it's quite simple actually. Wait, let me just fold this back like that. So I have upcoming months up until December I have in here. And these are some work notes. I'm going to skip those for a second. Next divider is called house. So things in and around the house. So this is a grocery list. I write down stuff that I need and then I can take it off. So it's basically just sticky notes. But I don't do the shopping, my husband does the shopping. But sometimes at work or somewhere it just pops into my mind like, oh, we need to buy that. And I can quickly write it down and then I can just transfer the sticky note to his main shopping list. So don't have to write it twice. Very nice. So it says here shopping. Finance. Okay, I have this, but I never use it. I try, but I think I'm just too lazy, or I'm not really sure what it is, but I find it very hard to keep a finance tracker. Sometimes I start and halfway in the month I quit again. It's difficult for me. So again, this is empty. I have not used it. But maybe one day I will. This is, how would you say, house chores? Basically big things that I write down when I did it. For example, I think I've already explained this, that in the kitchen there's a dishwasher, and once in a while I clean it with, what do you call it, with salt basically in it, and then you put it very warm so it gets clean. But you don't want to do that every month, but you want to know when you did it last. So I did it last in February, so I should be doing it again. Same with the washing machine. Again, I put some soda in, I put it on 90 degrees, and then I did it in February and I did it in June. So it gives me kind of an overview of things I've done. And this is a picture of my cats. This is again one of those things from the Project Life cards. These are my fur babies. I love this card, it's cute. And here I write stuff down about my cats. I already told you probably that one of them has kidney problems, and I write down medical stuff for them. And this is their list. So for now it's only the, how do you call this? The anti-worm pills that you give them so they don't get like, yeah, worms. So it says here when I do that, and then I write it down in the calendar bit when I have to do it. So it gives me again an overview. Then there's media. I thought really long and hard about how to name all these tabs, and this is what I got to. I have this movies to watch list, so things at work, I browse a bit on IMDb or whatever, and oh, this cool movie. And I write it down because I'm never going to remember otherwise. And that is the same for books. Here are some books that I want to read, so I'll put that down. Then there's some passwords, not the really sensitive ones, but still. I can skip over that, but I have a few of them in here. Then I have my adventure tab. It's probably empty now. Yeah, because we just came back from a holiday. I put our holiday plans in here, and not specifically ones that we're actually gonna do, also that, but sometimes I come across something like, oh, that would be amazing to go there someday, or that would be nice, and then put it in this section. This one is called Love. So it had our wedding planning in here, and I just took it out like 10 minutes ago. But it also has a list of probably, or how you say, possible candidates for a house. Like we're looking into buying a house maybe next year, and I'm looking at places to live because we don't really have one specific city we're looking at. We're looking at multiple cities, and I'm kind of writing down which cities are they, what does it cost, etc. So to get a little bit of an overview. And probably when we're gonna sell our house, I'm gonna keep some, I don't know, some information here on that too. So this will be at some point important. And some ideas in the kitchen, like, oh, that would be cool. Or kitchen, we could do this or this. So it's basically just ideas for the future. So here was the wedding plan. Took that out. Then there's some A to Z, which is basically leftovers. But you have some addresses. Gifts. I like to keep a list of gifts because from buying stuff for my husband is always super complicated. I never know what to get him. So at Christmas it's always a bit of like, oh god, what am I gonna buy? But then I'm happy I already got something down. Well, for my best friend, it's super easy. I have a lot of things that I want to buy for him, so... Which is funny, because my husband, you know, I know him better, but I don't know. I always have a hard time buying stuff for him. This is called photography. I had some ideas for photography, what we could do. Where, locations, and stuff that I want to do. And here's some exercises for my back, because I have a really bad back. And that was the end, I think, of, yeah, all the paper. Then I have this envelope that I'm not a big fan of because it doesn't really fit the things that I want to fit in here. So that's why it's usually open. So it has a zipper, but I never use a zipper because the stickers I want to use, I don't know if you can see it, they are too large. It's these ones. They're really cute cats and llamas. In the back I have a picture because I don't know. Otherwise it's just so boring. So here's a picture. And this is my passport. I put it in here. Normally I don't have it in here. But because I'm going on this trip, I kind of wanted to make my Malden trip ready. So everything I need will be in here. So I already put my passport in here. And as pens I still use my Lamy, which still has the purple ink cartridge. And this is a Parker pen, which has the logo of Amsterdam on it, which you probably cannot see because it's really small. But in the Netherlands, if you get married, you sign a contract and you get the pen which with you've signed the contract. So it's this pen in my case. So we both have a pen, me and my husband, and you get them in a really fancy box. But then the question is, do you want to keep the fancy box or will you just use the pen? And I decided it's better to just use the pen every day. So it makes me happy that I have it in here. And this back pocket is now empty because as you can see, the passport already takes up quite some space. So that is it, I think, for my planner. Let me close it for a second. If I still can. Oh, yeah, I can still close it. So that's it. If you have any questions or comments or anything, just let me know in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.